Okay. Usually I have volume when I do that. Let me find out what's going on here real quick, everybody. Had volume. Don't have volume. Here, give me a sec. We'll try that again. Hold on, everybody. And we take 2.
After it's all said and done, you're gonna be taking splinters out of your fat asses all night long because you got fat asses. The only chance you have no chance, but you had a chance to do the run lickety split. So you can't run because you're fat asses. Well, Ric Flair, you know what? I'm not a normal looking athlete myself. You know what I'm talking about? I've been in the gyms alive. It's a privilege and an honor to walk out with Ole Anderson, Lex Luger, and the arm him all night.
I am not a happy camper. What is Bully Ray's motivation? No, I know he loves sugar. But I check my pocket. I don't have no donuts. I don't have no cheeseburger. I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, pal. I'm the man.
Booking a match for the total package Lex Luger and Super Brawl. Super Saturday? What is it? I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
Super Brawl Saturday.
Super Brawl Saturday?
You don't lose faith in winners. And Ric Flair, day in and day out, every day of his life, just keeps winning and winning and winning.
Ric Flair! New York City, Ric Flair! You're gonna find out what hard is all about! I do exactly what I want to do. You say I'm insane. I say thank you very much.
Make a good intro.
I hate guns!
Hit the deck! Yes! We love you, Scott Steiner!
Today, woo, I've got the style and profile like never before.
You guys talk about being students of the game. I am the game, JR.
Wake up your mind.
Oh, yeah. I just figured we'd keep with the whole Brody Lee thing and just, the whole tribute. And we'll just play a song at the beginning. What the hell, right? Why not? Works for me. Oh, shit. I can actually hear the volume on that TV above me. Just because something else hasn't gone wrong tonight. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? I am Boxman. This is Dirt Sheet Dudes. Hope everyone's having a good evening. And, of course, right across from me, I've got the main man of the show. What is going on, Smark?
What is up?
Trying to find the remote to turn the TV down here. I think this might not be it. Okay. So.
Hey, I understand. I mean, you're so amped up and hyped for Roads to the Top that you just have to watch it right now. You can't wait.
My wife is actually watching in the other room. All right, I got the volume on that down. It's the TV I use as a monitor. So, but I didn't realize it was playing behind me. Now I do. But anyway, yeah, been fun, man. Been fun. But yeah, went back to the doctor today. Now they think I got an ulcer.
Never good.
Or it could just be muscular. Remember I've been saying I pulled something and my neck's all fucked up?
Yeah.
Well, they're saying that could be the problem too. So I've got either a bad muscular, basically he said my back might be really fucked up and my neck, or I have an ulcer. So
Good news all around then, huh?
no, because one, I have to change my diet. The other, I do not have to change my diet. See the problem here? I don't enjoy changing my diet, to be honest with you. I work in a warehouse. I go out. I eat lunch. I get what the fuck I get. I like what I like. I don't want to change my diet. You might change to a bland diet. What the fuck does bland mean? No.
The Landstorm diet, just grilled chicken and rice all day.
Ugh. Fuck it. Just no.
Actually, I don't even think he does rice because it's starch. That's probably not good for you. So he probably doesn't even do that.
Just kill me. Fucking Jesus Christ. I don't. No. It's hard for me to change my diet, dude. And it's fucking expensive. You know what, man? You go to, the other day, my stomach was killing me. I needed food. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll go to Wendy's and I'll get two plain grilled chicken sandwiches. Come on. How much could that be? $9
for just the sandwiches? No drinks, no fries, no nothing?
2 sandwiches.
Oof.
2 plain chicken sandwiches, grilled chicken, nothing on them, no fries, not even a bottle of water, $9.
Damn.
I'm like, well, I can get a nasty ass meal for $5.99. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. And you missed out because that chicken sandwich that they have, like the cheese bun, that's good shit. It's gross, but it's good. I mean, it's like terrible for you. It's disgusting food in terms of just it's all greasy, and for somebody that has health problems, probably the worst idea. But it is delicious.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just a tiny little thing. I have either again, it's either ulcer or muscles. I'm hoping it's a muscular problem because if I'm hoping they find it's a muscular problem because if it's a ulcer, they may need to shove a camera down my throat, and I'm not sure I can do that.
There's worse areas that they could be shoving cameras into.
I don't want one down or up anywhere. Let's just put it, yeah. I'm not that kind of guy. I prefer to just have a bad muscular problem controlling that. That's fucking up my abs, abdominal area. That's what I'm preferring. So. Let's just hope. Anyway, quick bullshit medical update. Enough about me. Ha ha, hoo hoo, boo hoo. Everyone's got problems. I know it. Leave me. I'm sorry. We've all got shit going on. I get it. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's knock out these plugs. Eric will be jumping on with us in a few minutes here from the Everything Unscripted. So I'll let Eric do his plugs when he jumps on here because he does them much better than me. So. I will let him do his own plugs, and that means I will kick the music off in here. At least that works. And I think it is. I'm not quite sure. I can't hear it. That means you guys want to check out the high marks. That's right. It's Cheeseman. It's Mojo. It is G-Wiz. It is right here on Mixer.com/Metal Mitt Network. That's right. There's 2 T's in Mitt. Don't forget the second T. Metal Mitt Network. Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Be checking them out. And, of course, you got Bobby Anthem, Bobby Blades. They're the Inhumans. They are on the Inhuman Experience. Go subscribe anywhere you find podcasts. And, of course, that leaves Stephen Milan. Appreciate you sharing the show. Check him out over there on Letterboxd, boxd.com/Stephen Milan. He's reviewing movies, and go check him out over there. And speaking of movies, I'm going to be back on Hollywood Hangout this Friday. I may be changing that show to Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm so tired on Fridays, and I feel like I'm fading out before I'm even supposed to be getting finished with the show. So I may switch that to Saturdays. I'm thinking about it. This week, still Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I think I'm going to do the Scene Stealers, if you remember that one, Smark.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I think I might do that again. Since I really don't have anything planned, and that might be a good one to do. So think I might do that. I've already got 3 or 4 in mind that I'd like to play. And Smark, go for it.
Very well. Mondays, 8:30 on the Metal Mid Podcast Network on the Mixler machine. It is Cheese on Sports with the Cheese Man. Gee whiz, Luke Birch. He's in the house tonight, just like Compton. Compton's in the house. Luke Birch is in the house. But you want to check us out Mondays, 10:30 or 8:30 p.m. on the Metal Mid Podcast Network on the Mixler machine. But I meant to say 10:30. I was talking about our friends, the Modirk City Machine Guns, 10:30 a.m. Sunday mornings on the Metal Mid Podcast Network on the Mixler machine. And last but never least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Raconteur. It's a Planet Raconteur podcast with Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave Sincere, and Yuck Nasty. All episodes of Season 1, all 16 of them are available for you. Season 2 is underway, so be sure to subscribe.
Oh, yeah. There you go. You got that done right there. I can turn that music down. I can actually stop that music. And there we go. Got that done. Man, Smark. I don't want to spend a lot of time on Extreme Rules. We're a few days away already. But there's probably a couple things we need to get into. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and complain about, the fact that Charlotte Flair is now tearing up a doll, which pretty much was the most extreme thing on the show, is the fact that Charlotte Flair ripped up a doll. This was like not so Extreme Rules.
Yes. Conventional rules, extremeless rules.
Conventional rule. That's a good name for this show. I'm it's just not worth bitching about. But that last match, man, the last couple of matches, I mean, to be honest, the only match that I'm not going to say the matches were bad, but I really enjoyed the first match. It was really nice of them to give us the champion in a match on a pay-per-view at last minute. That was really cool of them to do, I thought.
I don't mind that as much as everyone else does, because if they were to just make a regular title match, that he's winning anyway, so it was just a throwaway match. So doing it like this, having a 6-man, there's a little bit more intrigue and drama as to who may or may not win, and I think the actual quality of the match was good too, so I don't really have too much gripes in that department.
All right, so that's, no big deal. I think we all knew Becky was winning. There's nothing really to say there. She was keeping that right there. Damian Priest just got the title. I think we all knew. Meanwhile, Jeff Hardy, holy shit, might have been the most over on this whole show. They fucking love that guy, dude.
Yeah, they do.
Crowd fucking loves that guy, and rightfully so. He's fucking killed himself for this business. I mean, the guy fucking threw himself off a goddamn cage in front of 40 people at an Impact show.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, to be fair, that's like a record sale for them.
Yeah, I mean,
40 people is the biggest house they've done ever.
Might have been 36.
Well, 4 were comps, so yeah, you get the 40 that way.
4 were comps. I thought, okay, let's just leave it at that.
I'm so glad I learned of the concept of comp tickets when I was an adult, because if I was a kid, I would have been so fucking mad that people got to get in for free.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you got to do to get in for free? I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know. Well, back then, who knows what you had to do to get in for free?
Well, it depends on the company. I think back in the day for WWF, the answer was Pat Patterson.
A lot of ring boys running around. Anyway, Roman Reigns was the last match against the Demon, Finn Balor. If you did not know it was the Demon, Michael Cole was sure to let you know. They do realize it's just a guy in paint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah. Well, I guess they realize is the question. I'm not so sure.
I'm not so sure Cole realizes that. But he was sure to tell us every couple of minutes, the demon. I was waiting for an exorcism, to be honest with you.
Oh, that would have been nice. You Damian Priest out there.
Well, there was only one thing I kept thinking of every time he said the demon, I kept thinking of the exorcism. I didn't think of the movie The Exorcist. I thought of this.
I have exorcised the demons. Clear.
I thought of Ace Ventura.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but I did.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I was waiting for an exorcism. I think it kind of happened. We got.
Are we going to the finish? Because I can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, let's just go right to the finish. Again, I'm not going to. This thing, I mean, it happened Sunday. We're already at Wednesday. I really don't want to spend a lot of fucking time on this bullshit. I really don't, honestly.
Right. Okay. Okay, so let's set the table then.
Okay.
Balor's kind of getting beaten up the entire match. He starts getting the upper hand. The Usos come out. He takes care of them, but it sort of depletes his energy. So he's on the ground, and all of a sudden you start hearing these heartbeat noises, and his body begins flailing up and down like a fish every time you hear a heartbeat noise. He just jumps up like a fish. Lights go red. Suddenly he has magical powers. He's running through people just left and right. He takes out Roman. He ends up getting him into the ring. He goes to hit the double stomp from the top rope. The top rope breaks. He falls down, hurts his knees, holding it like Peter Griffin. Next thing you know, Roman gets the win, and Balor looks like a total fucking idiot.
Roman pins him and says,
I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
there you go.
Exactly.
So the rope break. Now, this was the reason for the smoke around the ring, the fog, the red lights. It was cover, and not well. The rope. Dude, we've seen the ring break with what, Brock Lesnar, Big Show. The original one was it Lesnar, Big Show, the first one? No. Was it Big Show, Mark Henry? No.
I think they had like ropes break with like Yokozuna and shit in the past, but like the whole ring breaking was a Brock Big Show thing.
Well, now we have Finn Balor, 190 maybe, breaking ropes. The rope, and he fell flat on his fucking face, which was like, oh. But the rope. Someone had to pull that shit, and I mean Oh, yeah, exactly. 130 pound. Well, with all the paint on, he had to weigh a little more, Smark.
Well, yeah, okay, so we're up to like 133 or so.
Maybe they're talking, maybe because over there they do their weight in stones. Maybe he was a big boulder up there.
There you go. I like that.
No, that was pretty awful. I don't think we should even judge that. Sorry. This stomach thing makes me cough. I don't know why. But it does, and I apologize for that.
Honestly, I wouldn't be so opposed to it. Like, it wouldn't have been so bad if he was going to get another title shot in the future, like the near future. But as soon as the match ended, he lost because the fucking rope broke. They immediately started talking about how, it's right on to the next one for Roman. It's right on to Brock at the Saudi Slam pay-per-view.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. They had already said that, Reigns is defending his title in October and November. I think it's November against, in Saudi. So we knew he was winning. I think your best bet would have been the Usos come down, beat the ever-loving shit out of the Demon, and he can't continue.
Right.
That would have been something to, okay, we get it now. You can't get a DQ, but, he can't continue. They beat the shit out of him. He's, The resurrection of the Demon was fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
The rope breaking, fucking stupid. I don't care what. I'm sorry, you can't defend it. You can try. But
Meltzer had a good point about this. He was saying that they've done, like, a long, long time ago, way back in the day, they did a finish like this. Back when, like, people believed that it was a shoot, and they had like the ring break, and the guy couldn't continue because he got injured with the ring breaking. But like at that point, people believed it. But at this point, like, everybody knew that rope was like gimmick to break. So it was just kind of a dumb stunt that ended the show, which is on top of the fact that you had two matches. Like the match before that ended with fuckery too. Mm-hmm. So it was like two kind of sketchy finishes that neither one really felt all that great to watch.
Yeah. But we did get to see Charlotte rip up a doll.
That is right. Did you see fucking Alexa foaming at the mouth, taking the Alka-Seltzer?
Yeah,
I think they tried. The idea was that it was supposed to look a lot better than it actually was.
Yeah.
Because I think it was supposed to be that she was supposed to like be completely like frothing at the mouth like a rabid animal, but there was just a little bit of like white stuff coming out of her mouth, which you can play along with that at home. But,
well, when you're breathing hard, and as she probably was, and trying to keep, catch your breath, your mouth tends to dry out a little bit. I'm assuming she did not have enough saliva in her mouth to make the whatever tablets work, is my assumption. Looked horrible. She tried, dude. She tried everything she could to make it look as good as she could. I mean, listen, when something failed for Drake Maverick, he pissed himself. I mean, maybe she should have just figured out a way to do it. I don't know.
That would have made some very peculiar people very happy.
I'm just throwing an example out there. I'm not comparing, Smark. I'm just saying you do what you got to do to get it done, sir.
When all else fails, piss yourself.
I mean, it could have been. It could. Oh, what could have been?
Wow, that actually would have been a pretty great way to end like that run for the character. She's just standing there holding the doll, and she just starts pissing herself. And that's it. That's the last we see of her in that role.
Oh, trust me, if she did that, Vince would have found something for her.
Mm-hmm.
She pissed herself. It was great. Pissed on command.
Gotta love it.
Can you do it again? Can you do it again, Alexa? Pee right now. Pee
on
for
my
me.
face.
Oh my God,
She's got to pee.
She's gotta pee. Okay. No.
Oh goodness. I was watching the other night that literally last night.
Thank you for changing the subject.
And only vaguely. The Royal Rumble training segment when Vince entered the Royal Rumble that one year, where they have him out there chasing the chicken in the snow with Shane behind him, just yelling at him to catch the chicken, and then he's like punching the meat like in Rocky.
Yeah.
Those are better times.
Oh, weren't they though? Weren't they? Such better times. But once again, I'm not really going to bitch about any of the matches. I mean, they were decent matches, all of them, except the endings of the last couple. But otherwise, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was for me because I didn't have all that much riding on it. All in all, like I said, like you were saying, I thought it was a decent show. I did I was thinking about it because they were talking about, like, imagine if you bought the tickets for the show, you're actually going there live, and you bought tickets like a month in advance, 2 months in advance or whatever, to a show called Extreme Rules, and there was one, like, Extreme Rules match. Like, oh my God, those people had to have felt ripped off a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good show.
I mean, it was a good show if it was just a regular show. Like if it was fucking just, just a random midsummer pay-per-view or something,
Yeah, and, the Demon, that was his first loss on the main roster because Samoa Joe never beat him in NXT. Shh, didn't happen. Okay? So, there you go. And it really is, though, it was his first big loss, and the Demon's dead.
Ding dong, the Demon's dead.
Roman has slayed the Demon. Seth was the Beast Slayer, and Roman can be the Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I think that works. But I really don't have much else to say about Extreme Rules, to be honest with you. That's about it.
Yeah, no, it was all right.
Yeah, really was. I mean, besides the, again, you got Michael Cole talking during the Street Profits match. How many times did he mention that they could get broken up at the draft?
Yeah. And so that's sort of the benefit of what I usually end up when I'm watching pay-per-views or when I'm just watching the matches itself. I tend to listen to other things, music or podcast or whatever, just because the commentary just becomes fucking guttural noises to me. Because it's just repetitive nonsense. They don't ever really say anything of any real importance.
No, they really don't.
But yes, they have been plugging to death that the draft starts this Friday.
Yes, and I will be here. Not talking about it.
I see.
Not talking about it at all. So, all right, that's about it for Extreme Rules. I'll be honest, didn't even catch Raw. Need to get back into NXT. I really do. I need to.
Oh, by the by, since we're talking about the draft, I'm not going to bother looking it up, but because it's basically just rumor anyway. But they're saying that they're anticipating that a lot of NXT guys are going to be taken in the draft. So it's going to be a lot harder to watch NXT because I have a real good feeling that they're going to end up taking old Cameron Grimes, which is going to make NXT a real fucking slog for me to get through.
Oh, if they take LA Knight, it's going to make either whichever show he's on a real slog for me to get through. So,
speaking of Raw, real quickly, though, I guess there's no real point to get into it blow by blow, bit by bit. But the Big E Lashley match was good. I like how they're starting to do this now. They're actually starting to come up with this strange idea of booking matches in advance and promoting them in advance. It's sort of a crazy new concept that they're working on. It seems to be paying dividends for them. But that was good. And it seems like they purposely just did this because they needed people to compliment Lashley for feuding with Big E and the New Day, but they brought the Hurt Business back. So they rectified their mistake. It only took them a couple months, but they realized they fucked up, and we're going to get them at least for a little while.
So, like Shelton and...
Yep, Shelton and Cedric. They are back in the Hurt Business.
All the shit they talked, it's just forgiven.
Pretty much, yeah, because it was they've been doing this a lot too, where they start off with a match at the beginning of the show and then some fuckery happens and they resume the match later on in the night. It's a good way of killing time, I think. Yeah. But they started the match with Big E Lashley, or they started the show with Big E Lashley, and about midway through, Cedric and Shelton come out when Big E's on the floor on the ringside. And they start staring down at him, and then Lashley looks at them, and he smiles, and everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. New Day runs out to save Big E, and they restart the match. It's a cage match for later on in the show.
All right. Well, there's one good thing back together, and you're right. They must have been like, this is just not a good idea.
Mm-hmm. And we're getting a face turn for Shayna Baszler. They're not really going as far as to say that, but Eva Marie was in the ring. She was talking shit, basically saying she could beat anybody on the roster. Shayna came out. They didn't even have an official match. She just punched her in the face a couple of times and then did the thing where she pretends to break her arm. And people kept chanting one more time while she was screaming and writhing around in pain.
Well, good. About time they brought Baszler to do something because, I mean, she's been losing all this bullshit and she's a fucking killer. Like I said, she's just probably sitting there going, I could kill half these fucking bitches on this roster. More than half.
That's her new gimmick now. She just beats up people that no one else likes.
Good. That's what she should be doing. Just beating the shit out of people. That's very good for her. I like that.
And that'll pretty much cover Raw, I think. But NXT, there was one thing that I did want to talk about. There, actually, two. I was talking about, God, what's his name? Fucking A. Well, while I struggle to remember what his name is, there was another guy, Andre Chase. I am all about this guy. This is the first I was exposed to him, but I was all about this guy because he's wrestling Boa. He was wrestling Boa.
Okay.
And he ends up, Boa does this, kick combination. He ends up kicking him out of the ring. And Andre Chase just, gets up to his feet, pounds the ring apron, and says, "You son of a bitch." And that commentator's like, whoa, just trying to talk over him because he's starting to swear at his opponent, which was great. And he ended up getting mist or whatever the fuck it is that she spits out from Mei Ying. She ends up spitting into his face the old toxic goo. So he gets disoriented. He loses his match. About 3 or 4 segments later, you have Odyssey Jones and LA Knight talking in the background, and you hear a loud crash. And he doesn't look at the camera, but Chase walks into the camera frame and says, "This is bullshit. This should have been a disqualification." He's walking around and just disgruntled, rambling and ranting and raving, not even looking at the camera, but just walking through the camera shot. And I was like, I love this guy. Like, this is fucking phenomenal.
That does sound good.
And real quick, as I continue to, I think it was Gacy. I'm trying to remember what his first name is, but he's doing the cancel culture gimmick, and it seemed like they were saying that they were going to get rid of that, but he's still doing his thing, so it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But they had the honeymoon this week for old Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis.
Okay.
Which was great because it was at the beach. So you see like Gargano and Candice LeRae are sitting there watching them, and they're not liking, for some reason, even though they're married, they still don't want them to fuck. So that was like the whole gist of this. Like, it was multiple segments. But you have Gargano, he ends up going into the water. He's got this little shark helmet on. So they see the fin. They think it's a shark. They run away. They end up going into their hotel room, though. He chases them in there. So you get Candice and Gargano talking, and Gargano's like, well, what's the worst that could happen? They're just in their hotel room together. And they like cut to like a tight shot of Candice's pregnant stomach. And Gargano goes, oh, okay, well, shit. So he has to stop them. He has to intervene. So he breaks in and he's looking to make sure that they have protection. He pulls out a Costco-sized rack of condoms from somebody's briefcase, or suitcase, rather. And he's like, okay, well, good that they got condoms, whatever. He hears noises. They're obviously coming back into the hotel room. So he has to hide in the closet. They have a pillow fight. And as one does when you have a pillow fight, they make sex noises. It's never happened in any pillow fights I've ever heard of. But, you know, you get the normal innuendo that isn't actual dirty talk, but is perceived as innuendo. Give it to me harder, that kind of a thing. They end up getting gassed out, so they decide that they're going to take a nap. This is time for Gargano to make his big escape. He pulls back the closet door. He starts trying to sneak. Dexter wakes up. They lock eyes. Dexter gives him the thumbs up. Gargano gives him the thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Everything is all well and clear, except that you start to see him Lumis starts to slowly pull up the giant row of condoms while having a smile on his face and having the big bulging bug eyes. So that was hilarious. I popped hard at that one.
Oh.
But that was pretty much what you needed to know about NXT.
I'm glad I know what you pop hard for from now on.
Condoms. Dexter Lumis holding a big old thing of condoms with a Kool-Aid smile.
Won't let him consummate the marriage. Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of women and pregnancies,
yes,
Shayna Baszler, friends, yeah, it just kind of all ties right in. Ronda Rousey, we all knew she was pregnant. She did welcome her first child. It was a girl into the world.
Good luck with this one.
I'm gonna go, the first thing I'm gonna believe is Lakea.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go there. The last name is Brown. The middle name. Okay, I know the last one is a Longs because it's got the line on top of it. So that's an O. I know that. So it's gonna be. Oh, okay. Maka Lapua O Kalanipo Brown. I probably butchered it, but I'm going to go with that. Ah, fuck. Goddamn ant is biting me. Okay, sorry. She got bit by an ant.
That's a pretty good refrain from that.
All right, that's about as close as I'm going to try to get to the name. I mean, listen, who cares?
Like, straight up, do you think that she posted that as a joke because she didn't want people knowing what the actual kid's name is?
No.
Okay, well, that was a theory. How the fuck is all that going to fit on a birth certificate? My God.
You're right, Small.
I think it was actually pretty smart, though, if you think about it.
I actually like
she wants her kid to have a good future. So she gave her kid a Samoan name so that they could get a push in the WWE when they had to.
I actually like the first name, even if I'm not pronouncing it right. Lakea, which what I believe it is. LA apostrophe AKEA. It's a very nice name, actually. I like the vibe.
I really wonder where this came from, though, because as far as I know, both of them are just straight up white people. So this is a rather exotic sounding name for just a regular ass white couple to give their presumably all white child.
Yeah, but they're around that. The mixed martial arts. They've both been trained by people. This could be some name they're paying tribute to that we don't even know. I don't know. I wonder if I actually looked that up, if there's actually a meaning or something to it. Let me hit search Google for the name. Oh. Okay, hold on. Someone actually put a meaning in here. Of the name of the child. What is the meaning of all of it together? So, this is what they're saying. Let me go to this here. Let me drop down here.
Oh, they're dropping some knowledge. Apparently, Travis Brown is from Hawaii.
Okay. La with the comma A means sacred, holy, concentrated, while the KEA at the end means light. So, I guess holy light is what that name means together. And the name, sacred light is what the name means together, roughly translated. The middle name is more of a traditional name and doesn't have any direct translation to English.
Or any other language.
But the name does come from Brown's heritage in Hawaii, and the first name they do know means sacred light. Let me jump and get Eric on here real quick. So, all right, Smark, you still here? Eric, you there? All right, hold on one second. Hold on here. Let me get Smark back here. Hold on.
We're good.
Oh, okay. You jumped in. Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So we're all back. No problem at all. We got Eric here from the Everything Unscripted podcast. And there you go. Now, Eric, we were just talking about Ronda Rousey and her daughter's name.
What was her name?
Yes, we'd love to do this again, Bucks.
No, I'm not doing it again. Yeah, you can look it up. Her first name is Lakea, we believe, which means sacred light. The middle name, don't do this to me again. I'm not butchering the name again. But besides that,
essentially, it sounds like what it would sound like if somebody tried to make fun of the way Hawaiian people talk. Because there's just a lot of A's, a lot of U's and O's. There's an accent mark over the last letter. It's a very complex situation.
It is. But the last name is Brown, so that's going to be fine.
That's what matters.
Yeah, it really is. But congratulations to them. First child, daughter, awesome. Enjoy it.
Congrats.
Boy, once they hit 2, I'll tell you, my daughter is so freaking loud. She screams at decibels that I can't believe I still have windows in my house. Oh my God. It's ear piercing when she does it. I don't know where she gets it from. But it's tough. So I hope they enjoy. Congratulations to both of them. Yeah, we're just rolling through a little bit of news here, Eric. We talked about Extreme Rules a little bit.
The only thing I saw was Sasha Banks coming back.
Oh, we forgot to even mention that. Sasha Banks came back.
I dressed it in a roundabout way because I said there were 2 fuck finishes back to back, and that was what I was referencing. Was before the main event. It was Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks got involved, and it was sort of a no finish. So 2 fuck finishes back to back.
Completely forgot to even.
And the 2 biggest titles on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's WWE for you. Know what? Before we get too far past that, I guess they were in. Where were they the other night?
Oh, damn. Luke's dropping science on you. It says pitch breaks windows, not volume.
Oh. I apologize. Well, her pitch is painfully loud to my
I guess
ears.
it makes sense because I was going to ask you, like, has it not been a problem with any of your other kids? But you got boys, so I guess they wouldn't be able to go quite as high pitched as
No.
a girl might be able to.
No, they were nothing like this. This is just absolute screamy, loud meltdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So, since we're not too far off of the WWE yet, it looks like, according to Dave Meltzer, WWE has added another word to their banned words list. Looks like they came from Raleigh, North Carolina on Monday. And it looks like Raleigh is now actually on the word banned list because it doesn't sound prestigious enough.
So it's just going to do that old shit where it's like, oh, we're outside of Durham, North Carolina. We're miles away from just whatever the bigger city is.
Y'all know Raleigh's the capital, right?
I think so.
Yeah, no, it is. I lived in North Carolina for 10 years.
But they've done that. They do that shit all the time because, like, there's quite a few shows that they used to do. I don't know what it's called now, but they would do it in Rosemont Horizon, which was outside of Chicago. Because I would go to those shows, but they would say that they were in Chicago. They would just adopt whatever the bigger city is or the more well-known, prestigious, whatever, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, but you would just figure Raleigh is well-known. I mean, the Raleigh-Durham Airport. Again, Raleigh is the capital of North Carolina. That's pretty prestigious right there, in my opinion. I mean, they don't mind going to Mobile, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but I mean, where in Alabama is like the big city?
Mobile.
Because I mean, there's no like real standout cities. You know what I mean? Like in North Carolina, at least. I'm saying. I mean, I live not too far from there. None of the cities are like all that much bigger. Because like just for example, Tennessee. Like you have like Nashville's kind of the top, Memphis, depending on how you look at it. It's either Nashville or Memphis. My area, the Chattanooga area, that's lower tier.
All right. Well, so, I mean, still Chattanooga, known for something. Not sure what.
The Choo Choo.
Oh, okay.
The old Choo Choo moon pies. I think RC Cola.
Ooh.
I could be wrong about that one. I'm going to have to look that up. Not too far from here, I want to say about 2 hours or so, Johnson City, Tennessee is where Mountain Dew came from, originated. That's necessarily anything to be proud of, but it's still a fun fact.
Wow. Many AEW fans in their basement right now are very happy about that fact.
Hey, no, I'm joking.
Sorry, Eric. I don't know. Again, this is Dave Meltzer, so this could be part of the 80% that he's wrong or part of the 20% that he's right. I just think it's ridiculous. Again, it's the capital of the goddamn city. The airport it's the first word in the airport down there. Raleigh is, Salem is known for some cool stuff, but I mean, what are you going to do there? I'm not going to say we're from Salem.
Not really.
Remember where the witches were? I don't know. Who knows, man?
Exactly.
And yeah, that I think that's a different Salem, by the way, in North Carolina. But anyway, let's just move on.
There's a lot of Salems. There's a Salem in Illinois too. Of course, Salem, Oregon.
Of course, Salem cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's just move on from that. Now,
Low key, that's like one of my favorite parts of the show, where I just offer like a completely invalid contribution, and you just go, It's just like, yep, that's it. You said a thing.
Well,
good job, Smark.
Speaking of what might be a completely invalid observation, WWE and MGM.
So I think I was wrong. I think it's Columbus, Georgia for RC Cola.
There you go. MGM and WWE are teaming up to work on a new version of American Gladiators.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Didn't they already? There's going to be the third stint?
I think so. I mean, we had the original, we had, Laser and all those guys and the girls.
That was the best.
Oh yeah, that was a great fucking show. But now, then we had the one with Layla Ali and Hulk Hogan. With
but like a decade, about 10 years ago, right?
Had to be at least
Was
10
it
years.
Was it before Hogan went to TNA or was it after?
I think it was right. I think it might have been during.
Okay.
I think it might have been during.
Yeah, it might have been during.
It was because Matt Morgan was one of the Gladiators.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was Beast. I believe they called him. But that didn't last long. I don't know. I mean, there's already so many, America's Ninja Warrior and all those kind of shows out there now. The Rock's got the Titan
Spartan
show.
Games or whatever.
Yeah, Titan Games, Spartan Games, whatever it is. And there's so many other shows out there now. I just don't know. And I mean, I'm sure they're going to have the WWE guys out there as gladiators. Bro, people are going to be trying to hurt these motherfuckers. I mean, you know what? It was 2008 when Hogan and Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla, did this show.
Okay. So right before TNA.
Right before. Yeah, it was right before. There have been so many.
I kind of laughed because they had mentioned that like a while back on the New Day podcast, and they said that they brought American Gladiators back with Layla Ali and some guy, and then there was like a little bit of a light snicker in the background from one of them. So it's like they just full on throwing shade at Hulk Hogan, and I'm all about it. But yeah, they're bringing American Gladiators back.
Well, they tried again in 2018. Actually, Seth Rogen was one of the guys who shopped it. It was Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. They shopped it to MGM, and MGM said no at that time. It was actually, they were trying to tie it right into the 30-year anniversary of the show, but nobody wanted to buy it. So that didn't even go through. So now, 3 years later, MGM decides to jump on the bandwagon with WWE. I guess we'll have to see. This may never see the light of day either. Who knows?
Who do you think is going to be the host? John Cena?
Probably. Who knows at this point? I'm sure.
I mean, I think John Cena would actually be the perfect guy.
Could be. Yeah. Just imagine Brock Lesnar is one of the fucking gladiators. You got to go against Brock for anything in the world. I'm sorry. Anything.
Man.
Yep.
Christopher Kane
Brock
says
Lesnar,
only
Roman Reigns.
Oh, well, I mean,
Big E.
Yeah, Big E. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go against Big E. That's a fucking solid muscle dude. You might be able to outrun him. Maybe. He's pretty quick. He's pretty fucking quick.
So you mentioned Seth Rogen.
I did.
And I wasn't going to bring this up, but it's a perfect opportunity to do so. But this is a real fucking detour. They're doing a Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mario, the video game character.
Right.
And not only are they going to have Chris Pratt playing Mario, who, as far as I know, is not Italian in any sense. So that's interesting. But Chris Pratt is going to be Mario. Seth Rogen is going to be Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
it is going to be a real interesting train wreck, I think.
Well, he was Wreck-It Ralph, wasn't he? So,
Yeah, I mean, it's an animated movie at the very least, so you're not going to see Seth Rogen in like a gorilla outfit, although that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe it was and John Leguizamo who came out and said that he's not happy because the whole movie is white, not knowing that I think Key is in that movie from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Keegan-Michael Key is in the movie. He's Toad, I think.
Well, John Leguizamo not presenting facts.
I mean, it is fucking weird, though. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to be like, I should be canceled. I'm offended by it. But, like, Mario and Luigi are both white dudes. So it's weird because it's like, are you going to have them do the accent or what are you going to do? Like, it is kind of weird.
Oh, they're going to have to do the accent.
Mm-hmm. Because Luigi is Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I like him, so it's whatever with that. But it's weird. It's a weird choice. Weird choices all around. Jack Black is in the movie. He's doing fucking something. I forget. Not being funny, probably, because it's not 2001 anymore. But
yeah, Jack, you're right. Jack Black kind of after Tropical.
I love Tenacious D. I love the Tenacious D HBO show. I love the first album. Everything after that was kind of though.
I like Tropical Thunder. That was about it. I'm not. I mean, Shallow Hal was all
right. Sam here saying Madonna did Evita, so who knows?
Oh, there's that. There's that. But I think they're going to have to use the accent. I do. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with American Gladiators. So let's just move on from American Gladiators. What do you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Smark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what to do from here.
I guess since we're still kind of vaguely on the WWE related thing, 2 WWE stars out for surgeries. The old ERs. This is heating up. From PWInsider.com, Alexa Bliss was written off of TV as of Extreme Rules, as she is scheduled for an upcoming sinus surgery. Oh dear!
And they expected her to.
Couldn't.
Yeah, they expected her to have saliva when her sinuses are fucked up. You fucking idiots! Go ahead. Okay.
I really want to make a joke, but I'm not going to. PW Insider has not confirmed how long she will be out as of this writing. As we noted earlier today, Sheamus announced she was undergoing surgery again. And that took place this morning. This is 9/29, so it is today. How about that? The surgery was another on his nose, and he's expected to be out a few weeks. So do not expect him on next week's draft.
Well, I think he broke his nose again, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's what they were. That's why he was wearing the mask again. But it's sometimes those are kind of hard to tell whether or not they're legit or not. So I guess apparently it is legit. Apparently he caught one to the nose unexpectedly.
Oh, this poor fucking guy can't get a break. Maybe if he didn't suck.
It's a good look for him though. The black face mask, and he has a little trench coat, like accentuating it because he's got like the lining on the coat is black, like the face mask. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Look pretty good on the unemployment line. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I think I might have.
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
Okay, Bob.
No, I mean, look, he's just another guy who's overstayed his welcome for me. Just for me. Overstayed.
I hear you.
Overstayed his welcome a little bit, that guy. I'm tired. All right.
It happens. To the best of us.
I'm just so fucking. The days are just getting fucking longer for me because of all this fucking pain. But all right,
the seasonal depression podcast.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, and Alexa Bliss, I didn't realize she was off for the sinus surgeries. Really don't take that long to come back from. But man, I just can't believe Sheamus. Literally, what was it? Month and a half ago, his nose was broken. 2 months. Yeah. Oh, that's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt worse the second time than the first time.
They're saying that Sheamus has become more tolerable lately. I kind of agree with that.
Well, he'll be more tolerable now off television.
He'd be gone for a couple of weeks. That's kind of the thing, though, is they were getting back on that old habit of like doing the repetition in matches because it seems like they've gone to the well with him and Priest quite a few times already. So it's good, I guess, they'll be able to break up the kind of monotony in that. Not that they've had bad matches, but they've just had a bunch of them in rapid succession.
Yeah, and notice he's saying just tolerable. He's not saying, oh, Sheamus has been great lately, awesome lately. Tolerable.
I mean, sometimes that's a big step up, depending on who you are.
That's like, I can masturbate with a cheese grater. It hurts, but if I do it real slow, it doesn't hurt very bad.
A little bit of pain is kind of fun.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Tolerable. Key word there. Tolerable. All the matches with Drew McIntyre.
I gotta Gotta have sinus surgery yourself there. Sounds like you got a little bit of an issue.
I've been trying to stay awake during a Drew McIntyre fucking Sheamus match.
So you're not going to be delighted to know that he came back on Raw this week.
Oh, yippee!
Yeah, he's going to challenge Big E. So there you go. That's
Just,
for the kids.
Oh, I'm so happy not watching right now.
Oh, speaking of returns, I can't wait to get to AEW. You're going to be really excited about that one, huh?
Oh, I've got some. Oh, I forgot to pull up my notes, but I've got something on that return. You know how happy I am about that son of a bitch.
Which one?
Fuck. Leo Rush, retire and fucking mean it. Say
Oh,
you're
yeah.
retired.
I forgot. I saw that. I was going to say something about that.
Oh,
I didn't think he was going to sign with AEW.
I was hoping he wasn't. The guy is a time bomb. He's going to say something stupid. He's going to get you or your company in trouble, probably himself first, and then your company, and then you're going to let him go, and he's going to retire again, and then someone's going to take him back, and he's going to, I'm not retired because, I don't have the money to retire. Well, we know you don't have the fucking money to retire because you're a fucking time bomb waiting to fucking self-destruct yourself. Anybody want to start taking bets now on this? Over, under?
This month.
6 months? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm going to go under. I don't think he lasts 6 months. He says something stupid before that, and Tony lets him go.
I'll go over.
You're
I'll
going
take a
over.
real risk on the guy. I mean, if you listen to Cheese on Sports, my predictions are pretty fucking terrible. But I don't know. I like the guy. I actually do. I've stuck up for him a couple of times. There's been a couple of things that he's done that's been outright stupid, but I think he's a pretty talented wrestler. And I also just enjoy people that are kind of off the hinges, because it just kind of gives us something to talk about. It's always kind of exciting. And like a lot of the unpredictable wrestlers have kind of been cast aside now because like Teddy Hart hasn't done anything in a minute. Low-key's always just saying something stupid, so people just aren't paying attention anymore. Like, we need another firebrand out there.
But he's a self-destructing time bomb, though.
Yeah, but that's his problem. I mean, it's entertaining for me to watch.
I'm glad Sensible Sam liked my masturbating with a cheese grater analogy. She said that analogy hurt my peen, and I don't even have one. And thank you for saying I have magic with words. I try to paint the picture, if you know what I mean, or something. I don't know. Leo Rush again. I mean, he just self-destructs himself, and I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it too. I don't care, but chance after chance with this fucking guy. He was all elite when the company started, and then he decided he was just going to retire out of nowhere.
And that promo was interesting. I wonder what his gimmick gonna be.
I think his gimmick is that he bought GameStop stocks, is what he was saying. Because he was doing this whole thing about, like, Boggs probably knows it a little bit better than I do, but the whole financial trader gimmick. He has a financial trader gimmick.
I know nothing about stocks and trading. Not a damn thing. I've never tried to even say I did. No, I don't do the stock thing. Not at all. It scares me, dude. I've seen too many people. I mean, probably shouldn't mention this, but I think I have before on the show. My uncle got in trouble for basically like boiler room shit. Stealing people's...
Yeah, you mentioned it before.
Yeah, taking people's life savings. So I never wanted to, that taught me a lesson. Don't do stocks because you never know who you're dealing with. Even if you get recommended, you still don't know who you're dealing with. And stocks just fucking... I've seen people lose everything on stocks. And I've seen people actually make it very well on stocks, but too much of a gamble for me. I mean, yeah, I gamble a little bit, but I've said before, I'm the guy that brings $100 to the casino, and when my money runs out, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. I don't know, man. Stocks are just like legal gambling in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and I don't need that shit in my life. I got enough stress. I have a possible ulcer going on already. I don't need stocks in my life to complicate it more.
Yeah, it is an interesting gimmick, though, because basically he's talking about how he makes money for the company and the company makes money for him, and how he's a great investment to any company, which, as you kind of just said, is sort of a lie, but, it's fun enough, I suppose. I like the guy. It's going to be interesting. He had a match with Jordan Oliver this year at Joey Janela's Spring Break that was really fucking good. So, like, when he can actually focus and just not be an abrasive asshole, he can get stuff done.
Yeah, I not once here have I said he's bad in the ring. I haven't said that once. There's a reason he's not. He's just a like you just said, just a self-destructing asshole. It's what he is.
Which, oh my God, they are really starting to build a locker room of interesting people, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because you got Leo Rush and CM Punk in the same locker room. That's going to be fun.
And Mark
and
Henry.
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, but he's not really a dick.
Who, Arn?
No, you said Bryan Danielson.
Oh, no, he's not known for being a
He's a
dick.
team player.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be the one that has to smooth shit over, so they need him.
Didn't Leo Rush come in when they hired Mark Henry and then he left?
Uh-huh. Exactly, yes. I think almost because of that.
Yeah.
And now he's back?
Yep.
It's not even like 6 months later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of, while we're just on this topic, apparently, I don't know if this is official or not, but it's looking like Lee Moriarty's on their roster too, which is a big pickup for them because he's really fucking good and young and talented. So they got a wealth of guys like that on their roster now. And what is official is Kiera Hogan signed with them. They got her a contract now. So
Excalibur said it. Yep.
Very good. I like watching her in the ring.
I enjoyed
or
that.
out of the ring.
I enjoyed that women's match tonight too. That was a fun one to watch.
That was interesting.
I got to tell you, that Brody Lee Jr. is a fucking operator.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's an operator, man.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
I know exactly what he is doing, and he's not even related to me, and I'm proud of that kid.
I got to pop out of Punk because he was like, that's a smart kid right now.
I know. Punk's like, that's that away, boy. Run down there and hug those girls. My God.
He has a bright future in the business if he goes that way.
He's got a bright future, all right. He's gonna start pissing off old Jungle Boy. Yeah. Oh,
he has a lot of people supporting him. So
Sensible Sam asked if he was a smooth operator. He's gonna ask Annie if she's okay.
That's Smooth Criminal.
That's
You're
right.
Close. There's another song though. It's like Smooth Operator, but I can't remember who it's by or how it goes.
She's talking about Sade. That's who sings that one.
There we go. Yes.
There you go. All right. Mark.
You got the article I sent you, Box?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
You know what? Why don't we do that real quick? I had one version of it, but yeah, you can go ahead and roll that one out if you want to.
Where is my phone?
Since we're jumping on AEW a little bit here.
It was about what was it? What version do you have?
I've got the one from Wrestling Inc. I'm not sure which one you sent me. I can start it if you want me to. Not a problem.
Okay.
All right. And there was actually a little joke about this article tonight that they made. There's backstage news on the AEW executive vice presidents, the EVPs, reportedly losing some creative power. This was all reported by Cassidy Haynes of Body Slam. And again, tonight they actually made an EVP joke. If you heard it when the Elite came out there, they made a whole joke. Extremely violent person, but it was about this article. So now I'm thinking this article could be complete bullshit since they made a joke about it.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Since they made a joke, it might be. But we'll read it anyway. We take all these articles with a grain of salt anyway around here.
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically what this article was saying is, again, Cassidy Haynes of Body Slam notes the group, which would be Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. Basically, he's saying that they've had creative control taken away by Tony Khan. This is what it says. It was noted that creative was essentially completely taken away from the EVPs as everything now comes through Tony Khan. He's the new Vince. AEW talents are reportedly allowed and encouraged to pitch ideas or give suggestions, but creative is absolutely Khan's prerogative now. It was said at one point Cody was the EVP to regularly attend office meetings and was an office regular. That role, as well as his input with creative, has greatly diminished. He's also doing reality TV shows and shit right now, so that makes a little sense. The report further notes that Matt Jackson's role as EVP was to help his wife, Dana, with merchandise, while Nick Jackson is focused on handling being the elite. Omega is very hands-on with the AEW Games division and the gaming side of things, while still helping to put things together for the women's division. But basically they're saying that Khan's pulled back the reins, and the one quote that says a little bit is Cody is very much on the outside looking in. But again, he's doing television, he's doing press, he's doing this, he's doing that. But I mean, we know he's there because there's pictures of him almost every goddamn week sitting beside Tony. I'm not sure.
I think he has more say than people think he does.
I think so too, and I think Tony Khan might have taken a little bit, just been like, everything final for television has to go through me. But I don't think it's like, okay, everything's going through me for every show.
Yeah.
What do you think, Smark?
I don't know. I kind of just like the fact that Tony Khan's like he's taking over and he's pulling up Bobby Brown. He's just like, why am I in control? Because it's my prerogative, motherfucker. And he's just like, he's doing his thing. I like it. I choose to believe that the story is real because it basically implies that nobody likes Cody. So I'm going to pretend that is true and that they just isolated him from the rest of the group. They're like, yeah, we'll give you a reality show. Just please stop coming to our meetings.
Dude, okay. Since we're on the Cody thing, I've got to say this. They literally had to try to make Arn Anderson a heel tonight to try not to turn Cody because he made that asinine statement that he's not, never going to turn heel. He'd rather retire. So now they're trying to make Arn basically called him a pussy tonight.
Yes, and he got over.
And exactly. And they were cheering him when he left. You cannot make Arn the heel and make Cody the babyface. I loved that thing. He's like, you get carjacked, you go, take my car, don't hurt me, please. I pull out my Glock, I put it in the son of a bitch's head. Okay, I'm like, yeah, Arn, yeah.
Just everybody cheers.
My kind of guy. The New Yorkers are like, oh my God. Okay. Well,
it's all violent for my taste.
That was Rochester, maybe not.
Yeah, and depending on where you go.
Yeah. Brooklyn people.
That was interesting though. I just like that. You're basically just like you would fucking give him the car with your wife in it, and I would fucking shoot him in the head. And everybody was like cheering for him.
I know you do that. I mean, it's like trying to turn Ric Flair heel a couple of years ago. Let's not bring up now. Let's just leave now out of the equation. Ric Flair turned himself heel, basically.
In any number of ways.
Yeah, he did it again. But again, the fact that the Elite made a joke about this, and I mean, look, those are two guys. The Bucks are there every fucking week. We know it. Yep. So I'm not sure I completely agree with some of this, but I could see some of this being true and some of it being a little bit over embellished.
Yeah.
Overblown.
It's important to kind of point out that wasn't the originator of this story bodyslam.com or .net? Because that's what I was seeing. So it's like, I mean, that's maybe not the most reputable of sites.
Well, I've seen this Cassidy Haynes. I've seen his name a few times pop up. I mean, he's no Andrew Zarian. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, nobody is.
I mean, don't get me wrong here. But all these dirt sheets get played every now and then, man. And there's no source. He doesn't know. I mean, hold on here. Hold on. They don't really give a source, but
Yeah.
he does say that Tony Khan did give a interview to the Associated Press in the beginning of the month, and he did say he's had taken on a little bit more of a workload, but he never said he did anything different than what he was doing before. But he just said he had. I mean, he said he was taking over AEW Dark a while back because of Max Caster, but that was it. No one said, he didn't say everything that's said in this article. So, Great Assault, Ocean Assault, whatever you want to do.
I mean, that's not such a bad thing, honestly, because, you know, if you take some of the booking, if you're open to suggestions, you know, and you see a good idea, you're not so stubborn and set in your own ways that when a good idea is presented to you, you shoot it down because it's not your idea. That if that's the case, you know, if he's actually being open-minded about things, it's cool, because if you put too much power into a handful of on-air talent, you know, actual wrestlers themselves, it's hard to make sure that they're not going to kind of pull the same shit that used to happen back in the day in WCW. Whereas it's the same people going over and over again. They have the best storylines, best card position, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Now, I kind of got caught up looking at the chat, and I'm like, who the hell? You brought up Bobby Brown before.
That's my prerogative.
So, next thing you know, Tony Khan's going to be opening doors for the Ghostbusters.
I like Ray Parker Jr.
He was actually in Ghostbusters too. Bobby Brown. He opened the door for the Ghostbusters at the hotel.
I thought you were talking about who sang the Ghostbusters song.
No, that was Ray Parker Jr.
I don't know if I ever seen Ghostbusters 2. Honestly, you're going to rain down shit upon me for saying this, but I kind of think Ghostbusters itself is kind of overrated.
What?
Yep. I will stand by that. It was decent, but, like, I don't know. It just, the hype got to be a lot by the time I actually got around to seeing it. Although Bill Murray was in that, and he is a national treasure. I will not say anything bad about Bill Murray, fellow statesman.
Dude, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis. I mean, at the height of their careers, Annie Potts was in that fucking movie. God, I can't. I'm trying to think of the guy, Ernie.
Ernie Bank? No.
Ernie Ladd, the former wrestler.
No, it's not Ernie Ladd. I can't think of the guy's name right now.
I can look it up. Was it Ghostbusters 1 that we're talking about right
He
now?
was in the first one, yeah.
Ernie something. Is the actor's name or the character's name?
Actor. He's been in so many.
I'll just be quiet until I figure this out.
No.
Dead silence.
Guy's been in so many.
That actually happened. I was listening to The Observer with Meltzer and Alvarez, and Meltzer was looking something up, so he stopped talking, and then Alvarez didn't say anything. I'm like, you guys are fucking professionals, and you had a minute and a half of dead air.
No reason to look it up. Ernie Hudson just popped in my head.
Ernie Hudson. Well, I'm already here, so I'm going to verify.
Ernie Hudson popped in my head. That's who it was.
Yep, Ernie Hudson as Winston Zedmore.
Winston, that's right. Ernie Hudson. He was also in The Substitute. He was the principal. He was the principal in The Substitute. The corrupt principal in The Substitute.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yep.
Who else? David Margulies.
Rick Moranis. He was in.
You already mentioned him, though, I think.
He was in both.
He got punched in the face a while back.
Yeah,
Fucker just ran up on him and decked him like fucking Michael Hayes punching JBL on the plane ride. I mean, that's really setting your bar low. I mean, we talked about this before on the show, actually, but that's really setting your bar low if you're just like, you know, I can fuck up as Rick Moranis. Like, yeah, so can everyone. Like, he's not a hard man.
That was in New York, too.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It absolutely
Larry
was.
King was in it. Cool.
Who?
Larry King.
Uh-huh.
As Larry King. He was in it as himself.
He did a quick interview.
Fucking Casey Kasem.
Oh, of course.
You know what? Maybe I need to watch this again. Maybe this is the point of this long diversion, is that I need to watch Ghostbusters again.
Well, I thought I was going to get you to watch Urban Cowboy.
Okay, here's the thing about Urban Cowboy real quick. It was on Hulu, but you had to be subscribed to Stars.
Oh,
to
it
watch
switched. I'm not subscribed to Stars, but I watched it before that happened.
Yeah, and then I found it on a highly legal, very reputable website that wasn't PrimeWire, and it was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I was like, that's a little bit more of an investment that I care to gamble on for a movie that I may or may not like. So instead, I listened to you talk about it for like 3 hours instead of watching it for 2 hours.
I did 2.5 hours, sir.
Well, it was longer than the movie. I had a good time, though. That was a good episode. Check it out, peoples.
Thanks.
What movie are you doing this week?
I'm going to do some scene stealers this week, which is something that me, Smark, and Anthony did a while back, and it was a really good episode. So I'm going to do that. We just played some of our favorite scenes and basically speeches from movies. Mine were a little longer than everyone else's, but
Oh, nice.
I already got a few in mind that I'm going to yank out of there. So I'll pull some out and talk some scene stealers and maybe do. I'm not sure. I'll start with that and go from there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wing it. That's always fun.
Wing it.
Wing it. All right. We got 4 little stories to get to. Nothing big here. I'm gonna knock one out real quick if you guys don't mind here. Meant to talk about this when we were talking about Raw. Keith Lee. We all know he came out to a new name, Bearcat. Keith Bearcat Lee. I know everyone's making fun of it. We did too. But it looks like the name is actually dedicated to Brown Bomber, Bearcat Wright. It's a tribute to Bearcat Wright, the widely popular African-American wrestler during the civil rights era. Wright was a former world champion, defeating Freddie Blassie for the WNA World Heavyweight Championship on August 23rd, 1963. Bearcat Wright was one of the first African Americans to win a World Heavyweight Championship title in America in California in 1963. And he was also inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame Legacy Wing in 2017. So that is what the name came from. I think everybody was kind of waiting to see where that name came from. I really didn't think it just came out of nowhere. But there you go. Never have heard of this gentleman. Either one of you guys?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is like, I don't mean to be a dick, but if he's widely popular, it's like, how come this is just now coming out? Like, this was not common knowledge.
Well,
like, not a lot of people had heard of him. If not, then there would have been a lot of people that are just saying, well, it's actually a tribute to him and his accomplishments and all this, that, and third. Oh. And like, I guess you were saying you had said another company that wasn't WWE, so I guess he's never really competed for them.
No.
But
no,
I don't know.
WNA, WWA, excuse me. WWA, not WNA. Not sure if I can even, wow. Not sure if I should have typed that in. World Wake Association, not sure that's the right one. World Water Park Association. Oh, this could be fun.
It's an extremely obscure reference, but there was an episode of Freakazoid where he spent 5 minutes trying to guess what WB stood for. This is what it reminds me of.
Oh, well, according to the Urban Dictionary, WWA stands for Where We At.
There you go. He wrestles for Where We At Wrestling Promotion.
There you go. So let's just leave it at that. I like that. Where We At Wrestling Promotion. This is Google. Blame Google, not me.
I saw it proposed as potentially just kind of a workaround for, like, they had that long legal battle over whether or not he could use his name, who had the copyrights, that kind of thing. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, is they just give him part of that as his name, so he's Keith Bearcat Lee instead of just regular Keith Lee. So then if he leaves the company, he can still use his name, and they still have a thing that they can market or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe, but I'll tell you, I'm looking at the actual WWA. They started in 1957, it looks like, and went all the way to 1968. They were deactivated, their last show. So all the way up to 1968, though. January 12th, 1968, it looks like that was their last show in California.
Like, also, I feel like if they were going to do this, that they should actually put it out there who this guy was. If they're going to give him his nickname, like, kind of educate us for those who didn't know.
Well,
It's a tribute video.
Well, you have to go to
exactly.
you have to go to Dirt Sheet Radio for that, or listen to us.
So they're only going to tell us about black people in February.
Yeah.
Ernie Ladd Appreciation Month, as I like to call it, because they had like 4 people that they pushed back in the day, and that's just like, here's the guys that we didn't make out to be like savages from an island somewhere. It's Ernie Ladd, everybody.
Yeah, and oh look, damn. Oh, he's him too. Okay. Ron Simmons.
The guy we made a gladiator, which is nothing. That's not racist at all. It's just fucking stupid. They had him come out dressed like Mega Man. It was fucking weird.
It was. All right. Got a couple more here. Here, let me do one more here, and then Smark, you can knock out your little story. And mine's really quick. Just want to remind everybody, they did finally announce when Dynamite was moving to TBS instead of TNT. It's going to be January 5th, 2022, so not that far away. But Rampage is staying. I think it was originally announced that Rampage was
both of them were going.
Right, it was really announced both, and then I think at one time they were like, well, maybe just Rampage is going to move, and now Dynamite's going to make the move to TBS, and we're going to get Rampage still, same time, same bat channel.
It's because of hockey, because hockey's moving to TNT on Wednesday.
What is? Oh, hockey, that's right. Oh, well, they were going to be preempted a bunch anyway, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. I think they still are next month, because they're going to be doing the MLB playoffs in October.
You know, you had, I believe, Smark, you had mentioned that hockey was eventually going to start to fuck with them.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that became a thing because at first it was going to be NXT, and then it switched to being AEW that hockey was messing with.
Yep.
There you go. I forgot I have 2 sports fans here, and then me. So that's really it. Nothing to talk about there, and there you go. January 5th, 2022. The big move. I'm sure they will push the fuck out of it. We will definitely not forget.
Yeah.
So, all right, Smark.
Let's do it. This is from TampaBay.com. This is where I go for all my wrestling news needs. Old TampaBay.com. Our friend Big Dave is in the news. Old Dave Bautista. The former WWE Dave Bautista adopts abused Tampa Bay puppy. Offers reward. The former WWE wrestler offered a $5,000 reward for information on her abuser, and celebrity friends and others more than doubled it. Marvel actor and former professional wrestler David Bautista, I like how they're being formal with this, a Tampa Bay resident, has offered a reward to find out who severely abused a dog he recently adopted from the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. Celebrity friends and others saw the story and more than doubled the reward for information on who neglected the dog that was found with a metal chain embedded in her neck. Gross. The puppy was brought to the shelter earlier this week when a woman driving home in Tampa saw the dog eating garbage, noticed the injuries, and rushed her to the shelter. The Humane Society said on its Facebook page the puppy was named Sage and later renamed Penny Bautista by her new family and is estimated to be 3 months old. The dog was found abandoned in a cemetery eating garbage and went home in Dave Bautista's Rolls Royce, said Sherry Silk. It's a hard name to say. CEO of the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. Talk about a rags to riches story. Her story went viral after Bautista shared it on Instagram, offering okay, they just really like to be repetitive about this. Actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan from The Walking Dead commented that he'd throw another $500 into the pot. Way to lowball. And actor Mickey Rourke, the wrestler himself, offered $1,000. The Humane Society added $1,500, and Alvarez Injury Law in Tampa added another $5,000. Bautista said on Instagram, the puppy is now recovering well from surgery to remove the chain from her neck. Bautista said he then introduced the newest member of my family, and he did the whole little Bautista gun thing. So there you go. Bautista saving the puppies.
This dog is adorable. Looks like a pit bull.
Yeah, it's a cute dog. I'll post it here in the Mixler chat. It genuinely is. Sometimes I hate to be that guy, but sometimes when puppies have been abused, they end up, they're left with certain marks and scarring, and it makes things harder for them to adopt because, every family wants the cute, playful, energetic puppy, and not so much the one that's like missing an eye.
Yeah.
But this one in here she's really cute.
And if you look at the if you scroll down to the second picture, you can actually see the chain dangling, and if you look at you can see from the angle of the picture like the chain embedded in the awful. I don't know how people do this to 3 months old. How do people do this to innocent animals like that? It's. Listen, I may not agree with I may not agree with Dave Bautista's political views, but this is a really awesome thing. And to all these companies that put money out, added more money, really fucking awesome. Mickey Rourke offering only $1,000. That's $1,000 less he can spend on plastic surgery. Let's fucking get this going, everybody.
There you go.
In
the name of levity, I have to do this. Puppies in a cup, missing their feet, and it's wrong. R.I.P. Patrice O'Neal. There you go. I figured you would appreciate that. That is absolutely my favorite Patrice O'Neal bit, is the animal lover, which I can't quote anything else from that because it gets extremely racist, but it's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I'd stop right there. But
hi, I'm White Lady.
This dog is just a cool looking dog. It's a kind of I would call this to a horse, this would be a chestnut color, that kind of light tan color. Got the white little muzzle going down the nose, little white feet. Just and like I said, it looks like it might be a pit bull. Could be some mix to it, but definitely has pit bull face and ears. So, like I said, man, I may not agree with Dave Bautista politically. Doesn't matter. This is really good shit right here. He's still he's a good guy. I'm not saying he's not he's always done good stuff like this. So, pretty cool. Glad he got this dog, and I hope they find the son of a bitch that did this to this little puppy.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like I said, you look at that second picture, you can look in this dog's eyes and see it's in pain. It can't even stand up all the way. It's crouched down because he's in that much pain. He just can't move. So I just don't know how people fucking do this. I just don't know how anyone can be wired like that. It just doesn't. I can't even wrap my brain around it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, on the positive, though, it seems like it's going to be healthy moving forward. It's landed itself a real nice home. So,
damn dog is damn near smiling in that top picture when Dave's holding him. So, I mean,
the dog knows what it's like to ride in a Rolls Royce. It's like I'm fucking moving on up, baby.
I
have changed.
Never had a Rolls Royce.
No, I have not either, which might come as a surprise to many. But
never even been in a Rolls Royce. Never even been. So, seen him, been in a Bentley, not a Rolls Royce.
This is real quick, just sort of a detour, but it made me laugh because there's an episode or a season of The Ultimate Fighter where it's all female fighters. They've done a couple. I can't remember which season number it was, but Dana White comes by and he starts talking about his car, and then he has like a bunch of the girls come outside into the parking lot to look at his brand new car. And I was like, dude, you never got any pussy before you got money, didn't you? Because he's just like, he's still just trying to be the guy that's like, I got a Bentley. Will you fuck me now? I was like, you were such a loser before you got money. I'd be willing to bet anything.
And, nice car helps, I promise.
I knew a guy. Well, I didn't know a guy. He was a kid. We were in high school. His parents or something either had or bought him a fucking Dodge Viper. So the kid he would go to school driving a Dodge Viper, and he still didn't get laid. That's how bad his game was.
Jeez.
I felt bad for the guy because he'd get him reeled in. They'd be interested, and everybody would be talking about it, and then he just couldn't close the deal at all.
Sensible Sam quoting Dire Straits here. Money for nothing and the chicks for free.
That's it.
That's right.
I want my MTV.
Damn right. By the way, if you look up the lead singer of that band, Mark Knopfler, I believe his name is.
Yeah, Mark Knopfler.
His name is on a lot of songs that were written in the 80s that you wouldn't even think of.
The kind of funny thing about that song is that I like that song and I like Weird Al's version, and I just sometimes I always wonder if I'm like mistaking the lyrics from one to the other.
No, maybe. I do like me some Weird Al though.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. So, all right. On that note, I do have one more story, but it ties right into AEW. So I guess we can start talking about AEW since we got Eric here. It's what he wants to talk about. I'm sure he watched tonight.
Yes, I did.
Of course, this was from Rochester, New York, like we said, honor of Brody Lee, as we said. And they did, right in the beginning, they announced the John Huber, Legacy Foundation. And this is going to be to honor, it's going to be really for honoring people in creative fields who have not been able to take the next step in their career because of family obligations. Obviously, Amanda Huber told us a story about how John almost gave up his dream of wrestling because of his family. When they were having his first child, he was thinking, I can't do this anymore. Then WWE called, and he went right back to it. So he almost decided not to take the job because they had just had a child.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what this foundation is going to be taking care of, helping out people that couldn't do that, and pretty cool little thing that they're going to start that in his name. His wife was definitely wanting to do something like this and had mentioned doing something like this a few months back. So got it done. Pretty good, man. Pretty good stuff here.
Like the whole situation is really interesting because he's managed to kind of posthumously do a lot of positive things, be very influential in terms of how things have happened last couple of weeks and months with wrestling, because it seemed like kind of, especially for Punk and then sort of indirectly for Danielson, both of whom were the signing of both of whom were kind of linked in a way for how well AEW handled his passing. That was attributed an attributing factor to both of them signing. Maybe not the main reason specifically, but it had a impact on that. And then, we were talking about the Owen Hart deal, or the deal with Marcel Hart and the Owen Hart Foundation, that kind of thing that they've been doing. And now we're talking about this. A lot of good has come about, just in his name and his memory. So it's very interesting. It's very it makes you feel good to kind of know that even after the fact that he's moved on, that he's still having an impact. His name and his legacy are. Yeah,
AEW has definitely, stepped up and done a lot of good for the industry, in an industry where, let's face it, a lot of the stories we hear are not very good. So it's pretty nice that they're doing a lot of good things out there. And you're right, it did take a passing to kind of push them in that direction, but they're in that direction now, and I don't think we can fault them for it. We had CM Punk out for commentary tonight with a Rancid shirt on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, man. Maybe that was part of the deal for Ruby to get that song and the name. But man,
he was actually on that Lars Fredrickson was on CM Punk's DVD, the Best in the World DVD. So I guess he actually is a wrestling fan, and he's kind of tight with some of those people. So there's something there.
Nice. Well, that's a good little tie-in. And, obviously we said that the guitarist for Rancid gave Ruby the name and the song also. Tony's probably like, someone record that. We can use the song for free.
He's got a fucking tape recorder. It shows up with the old newsman hat.
He said it. Once again, I've praised AEW for this many times. Not WWE. AEW many times. They definitely like to give you a hot fucking match to kick off the show, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy. Not only a great kickoff match, but another fucking hot crowd for New York.
Absolutely. This was a very good opener.
Yeah, sometimes I question, should they have given us that match first? But when you hear the crowd reaction, yeah, they probably should have. They definitely should have. Now, Jungle Boy had some pretty awesome spots in this match here. Even kicked out of Panama Sunrise, which kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's not his, like, finisher per se, but it's one of his bigger moves, so it is a little bit surprising that he managed to kick out of that one.
It's a signature, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Signature move. There you go.
Signature.
But
he was saying, this is a little bit of an aside, but he was saying that, like, he had gone on record of talking about Britt Baker's work schedule. And, like, she fucking works on, like, Tuesday, works, like, all day Tuesday, comes home, flies to wherever they're doing Dynamite, and then comes home as early as possible so she can work as a dentist on Thursday. So it's just like, it's fucking crazy work schedule.
Wow. Yeah, that's got to be pretty fucking tough, but
She's dedicated to both jobs.
that's living the gimmick, man. That is living the fucking gimmick.
And it's not even like it's
dedication.
not lucrative. It's not like it's not lucrative, but like if I were Adam Cole, I'd feel a little bit bad because he's like, yeah, my wife's working all day. I just like play video games on Twitch all afternoon. Take me a nap.
He's making money too.
Yeah, he gets a lot of, like, you know, donations, subscriptions, bits, things like that.
Yeah, he's making money too. So, you know, they're both making money in their own way. I'm sure he's got a nice little deal with AEW there. So, you know, and listen, maybe it's not the same money, but being able to, I mean, he was really, I believe one of the stipulations for him was that he wanted to keep doing the Twitch channel. So,
yeah,
they let him do it. So, like I said, man, less money, but they can
Good for him.
but they can do more. Yeah, good for him for sticking to his guns. So, I mean, not in the Arn Anderson way. That's gonna be a whole fun thing. We're gonna get back to that. We might even talk about it again. No, we won't. We won't really. Cole did end up winning this match in a little bit of fuckery. At one point, Jungle Boy was getting the better of him, came back in the ring, pushed him. He ended up covering Aubrey Edwards against the ropes. Mule kick to the nuts. Cole hit him with a knee and pinned him. Then the Elite comes out, and they just put themselves over. And Omega's like, you're not getting a rematch, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan comes out. That plain white T-shirt should be selling out by now.
Going the Kanye West route of just like putting out a $500 plain T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Those new shirts are hard to get because I got my brother got me a Adam Cole shirt and it still hadn't shipped.
Oy. I wouldn't doubt if they're out of Adam Cole shirts right now.
Are they still like, is the whole COVID situation still kind of being responsible for shipping delays and things like that? Or have things kind of resumed?
The what?
COVID. Like, is COVID still impacting like shipping times and causing shipping delays and things like that? It was doing that a lot at first.
I swear I thought you said the Hogan thing, and I'm like, what the fuck what is Hogan doing with shipping? Wait, what?
Stealing people's packages.
Okay.
That's what I thought you said.
Okay, thank you. Oh.
What I was asking is Nick Hogan like rear-ending delivery drivers?
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's hope no one's in the car. Oh, did I say that one out loud too?
Yeah, you did.
I gotta stop that. Anyway, this actually turned out to be pretty funny. Brian comes out. He asks the crowd, "Hey, you guys want to see a rematch with me and Omega?" Of course, they chant yes. Brian then basically calls out anyone in the Elite, and he also calls Kenny Omega No Balls, Kenny No Balls Omega, which sparked the chant Kenny No Balls.
Kenny No Balls.
That was actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, what?
Dude, you know, you can say what you want about Daniel Bryan. Yeah, his hair looks stupid the way it is. I don't give a shit. The guy can go out there and make the crowd putty in his hands. They'll chant yes if he fucking, just makes the smallest little thing where they know what to do. He can just, he's really over
He got
with the
better
crowd.
on the mic.
Oh, he's gotten a ton better on the mic, especially, I mean, during that whole, Occupy Raw with Daniel Bryan, the Yes movement and everything. Awesome. And he can just mold that crowd to do whatever the fuck they want. So it's just been great watching him out there lately. But Kenny No Balls was the chant. It happened more than once tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, Daniel Bryan challenged anybody in the Elite. Kazarian, Christian, and Jurassic Express came out to back him up, and the Elite chicken shit left the ring. That was the opening segment, pretty much. That was like the first 40 minutes of the show.
Yeah, it did cover up a considerable amount of time.
It did. Then we ended up. Anyone got anything more on any of that? That was kind of a long segment. I just kind of ran through there.
In reference to Adam Cole, CM Punk at one point said he's the kind of guy that listens to his theme music while working out, and that kind of made me laugh.
I didn't hear that, but he's right. I think he's probably right.
You think they do the rematch, or do they save it for Full Gear?
You got to save that one at this point. Omega's got to keep being the chicken shit heel and saying no until now. When is Full Gear? I know we said it a couple weeks ago, but
November 15th.
All right, so we're not too far away.
The only reason I say they might do it early is with Adam Page.
Nah, I think they're gonna wait. Wait.
Unless they're trying to make it a trilogy. You know, you have another match that ends up ending in a draw, and then you just have the pay-per-view match be a no time limit thing. That's the only other caveat that I could see them putting it out early.
Yeah, but you know what? I see him doing it at Full Gear, and I'll tell you what, that'd be a great time there. Bryan does not have to win the title. He does not have to win the title to be over with this crowd. It doesn't matter to the crowd. He doesn't need to win.
Yeah.
Omega can keep that title. Bryan's laying there half fucking dead. Page comes out, saves his ass. Biggest babyface pop we've seen in a while. Boom.
I'm a big Page fan, so I'm waiting for him to win the title. I've been waiting for him to win the title for months.
Oh, I think a lot of people are waiting for that shit. So, I don't know. That's one way to do it. There's plenty of ways. And you're right. They could do it early to bring him back, but
could they do a triple threat?
Yes, but
I'm not a big fan of triple threats, but that would be a phenomenal triple threat match.
Really would be, but my God, that would be a spot fest and a half. Somebody's getting hurt in that match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they tend to shy away from doing those. They have done it in the past, but I think for the most part, that's usually not what they do.
Right. Yeah,
Instead, they don't really do it for title matches.
Right.
They're doing it next week with the women, but that's not a title match.
Nah, they really try to stay away from that WWE formula as much as possible.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, man.
It'd be interesting.
It will be. But I think the more Omega does the chicken shit heel and says no, and I think that just builds up the match even more because people were like bitching, I can't believe you gave that match away on TV. It's like they can have another match.
Building.
They can have another one. It's okay.
Right.
I think they're gonna have him face each member of the alliance, each member of the elite, and then last one's gonna be Adam Cole, and then if he beats Adam Cole, he gets the rematch.
So now we go to the labors of Bryan Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
It's Nick Jackson is on Friday, so
does sound like. Oh, you're right. So, I guess we can move on.
Yeah.
Not sure how they're gonna work that, but we'll see how they work it. Like I said, the more Omega does chicken shit heel stuff, I think we're definitely getting on track. Good with that. So we had Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. This was the Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson match. We talked about the end after what happened in the match, but the match itself was good. And Dante Martin, man, I'm liking watching him more and more every time I see him out there.
Yeah.
More and more.
I agree with that.
Crowd still booing Cody.
You gotta love it. Yeah, gotta love it.
Hey, I don't like it.
I do.
I know you guys do.
No,
Which is fine.
I,
I'm not. I'm just teasing.
I just liked even more what Arn said tonight. I just thought Arn was fucking gold tonight. I love it. I loved every bit of it. I really did. But
I think Cody's turning heel. I'm calling it right now.
Well, they turned Arn heel tonight to like soften the blow, and it did nothing.
No, it was the exact opposite of what they probably had hoped for.
Yeah, I think they got the exact opposite reaction of what they were hoping for. I think they were hoping to have Cody be cheered, and no, Arn ended up just walking out with Lee Johnson. At least you listen to me, kid. Come on. I loved Cody calls out Malachi Black. Arn's like, just shut up. Just stop talking. The guy's fucking gonna kill you. Oh, it was great shit. Great shit by Arn tonight. I loved it. I
don't know where to go from here, but
I don't know. Let Arn talk more. That's what I say.
Pretty much. Like, I have noticed, though, and this kind of ties in with the main event, that they've, like, started to realize that there is a large swath of people that don't particularly care for Cody, so they're trying to market his reality show now to where it's like, hey, there's more people than just Cody on the show. Where it's like, hey, if you like Sammy Guevara, he's going to be on the show, too. You want to watch for him. Just please watch the show, please.
Please. And I heard some of the beginning. They were just talking about the kind of just how AEW started and all that stuff right there. So I don't know. I asked my wife how the show was. Like I said, she was watching it.
Yeah, I will let people who are not me watch the show first, and then if it's tolerable, I will watch it as well. Maybe.
It was fine. It was okay.
Oh, you watched some of it, huh?
I watched some of it.
Oh, you really are that AEW guy. I'm just kidding. All right. Now, something I found hilarious tonight was JR.
Yes.
Moxley's coming out, right? Comes out to Wild Thing, and the first thing JR goes, throw him the heater, Ricky. I fucking loved it. That was great. Little Major League joke right there, because that's the version of the song that Moxley's using. I just thought it was hilarious. And by the way, that'll tie in the last Friday's show. The guy Steve in Urban Cowboy is actually the coach that said, throw him the heater, Ricky. That's the same guy.
No.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. Same guy from Urban Cowboy back in 1980. He's in Major League 1 and 2. He didn't show up for 3.
When we do that, Doug wants to join us.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's not a problem. I love those movies. I even like the third one with Scott Bakula.
Yeah, I love the third one.
We
should do it sometime. I'll let you know when I'm off on the Saturday, so that way I can do it Friday night.
Ah, see, I'm thinking of maybe moving the shows to Saturday nights. So, yeah, I'm waking up at 5:30 by the time it hits 11 o'clock. I'm exhausted, like right now.
Yeah.
But I thought that was hilarious tonight with JR. Just the way he said it, just screamed it out of nowhere, and I laughed. I got a great chuckle. My wife's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "It was a Major League joke." She still didn't get it. But anyway,
just for old time's sake, Christopher Kane says it was Cody Rhodes sucking his own dick hard. Like now, not only is he sucking his own dick, he's adding extra force and like pressure, a nice suction, like sealed lips. Might even add a tongue ring to the equation. I don't know. Was that a new entrance for him?
I don't think so. I think that was his really old, like his older entrance.
Because there was like some like weird biblical sounding music to lead into his his normal theme. There's a lot of pomp. That might have been last week that he used it too, but I'm not gonna lie. Full disclosure, I went to pee during his match last week. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go take care of business. I started peeing on the monitor. That's how much I was like, fucking Cody. Ugh. It's okay. I got a wood floor in here. I just mopped it right on up.
Oh, all right. Well, you just don't let it get underneath. You'll get buckling in the floor.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, you never want buckling, especially piss-smelling buckling. Anyway, there was a match there. It was Moxley, Darby, and Eddie Kingston versus Bear Country and Anthony Green. Now, I got to say, Eddie Kingston, he might be the only person in the world that the color black is not slimming on him.
Yeah.
I swear it made him look dumpier.
I was trying to scroll. Okay, yeah, I found it. Christopher Kane says again, Moxley and Kingston are out of shape.
Well,
That was his takeaway from that match, as well as they had a hard time with back suplexes because they both suplexed the members of Bear Country. I thought Kingston did a good job. I think Moxley's looked a little bit rough, but yeah, you're right though. He did look kind of dumpy just wearing a t-shirt. It's like, just let him wear his normal like singlet or whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter.
and I've said before, Moxley has new dad bod. All right, he's not sleeping. He's probably not getting to the gym like you. Let's just let Moxley do his thing right now. Leave him alone. Got a new baby in the house still.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
Exactly.
Oh my god, they fucking buried him hard on commentary because they were plugging his book, and CM Punk was like, "I'm surprised he has a book out. He looks like he doesn't know how to read." I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! And on top of that, he called Eddie Kingston a Boston Red Sox fan, which if he
Yeah,
ever
that's
sees
what
that
I
clip,
was like.
he's
Wait,
gonna have-
why? I was a Boston Red Sox fan if he's from New York.
Oh, that's them's fighting words, dude, in New York.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Remember, born in Boston. Parents are huge Red Sox fans. That's fighting words.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's like it's like calling a Red Sox fan a Yankees fan. You're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
He also did. He did that to Cena.
Yeah. Well, see. it
So
happens.
he enjoyed. And he was like bashing the New York hockey teams. He had a very interesting night on commentary tonight.
See, if they were in Boston, that guy would beat your ass and throw a racial slur at you. But anyway, let's move on from that. Wasn't a very long match. Babyfaces got the win. Moxley, Darby, and Eddie Kingston. Darby had a couple of little parts in this show that I thought were pretty damn good. That fucking coffin drop to the outside of the goddamn ring. God, I get scared for that fucking guy. I mean, luckily he was landing.
mean.
Luckily, though, he was landing on the two big guys in Bear Country, so it was a very cushioned blow.
Mm-hmm.
And they all rolled together. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
They all did like a little back somersault together. It was nice. It was very nice to watch. It was very, I don't know, like they were dancing.
Very synchronized. I'm glad that they're back, though. I like Bear Country. I didn't know that one of them had been injured. They mentioned that on commentary.
I didn't either, and I said I like those guys too. Just a couple of big fucking hosses out there kicking ass. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. We get Matt Hardy. They're with the HFO out there. They're cutting a promo. This Orange Cassidy comes out, which brought out Dark Order and Brody Jr. This was a 16-man match. This is too many, man. I was
like, wait, is this are they doing something like what WWE would do? This is what WWE would do.
Yeah, just to get everybody on the show. But they would do this at a pay-per-view. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This is something they would do. Yeah.
I understand why they did it because it was to honor Brody Lee.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, even Brody Jr. came out through the papers at Evil Uno, and basically, I'm going to paraphrase Amanda's little speech. Cut the shit. That good enough?
As long as it's not a weekly thing, I'm cool.
No, and they haven't been making it a weekly thing with him, and I think what they're doing right now with both of them, I think, is fine. And, you know, people were even questioning, are they starting to exploit Brody Jr.? Amanda came out and basically put that shit to rest pretty fucking quick. But I definitely think this was a pretty cool thing to do. You knew Dark Order was going to win this match. The crowd went nuts when they won the match. And, you know, Dark Order hugged Brody Jr.'s down there on 10's shoulders. Just a nice little moment. Just a nice little moment in the middle of the show here.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't
Exactly.
complain. What do you got, Smark?
Not too much. It was an all right match. Like somebody had pointed out, I hadn't even thought about it. It was like they had said basically just imagine how bad your job would have had to have been if you're the guy who makes match graphics for them, trying to get all those fucking people on one match graphic.
Yeah, luckily you got a bunch of small guys.
So together they were the size of like one actual person. I get what you're saying.
Oh, I mean, together they were the Bear Country.
True. Oh, there you go. Yes.
See, to tie it back to the next one. Fuck Leo Rush. We already went into that. Dan Lambert was already in the ring talking shit with Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, or Men is the Year, as they're calling themselves at this point.
I love Men of the Year. I think they're gonna be future tag team champions.
I can see that. Yeah, definitely. I got to be honest. I'm not sure how long they're gonna let Lambert last here, man. I really think. I'm not saying he's going too far, but you can only shit on your audience so much.
Yeah,
I kind of like him. He's
I love it. I love it. I love that he's shitting on the millennial audience, but
he's like the Paul Heyman of AEW.
But when you really
I'm not trying to compare him to Paul Heyman, but
no, I know.
Like,
but when you really have a millennial audience, eventually they're going to start getting offended.
I love it. I'm a millennial, and I love it.
I know, but not everyone's going to be like you.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the thing.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I also kind of feel like their core fan base is a kind of more, no pun intended, smarkier people who kind of know that what's going on is an act, and they know that he's the bad guy. And I say this, but then everybody threw a fucking temper tantrum over the Max Caster thing. So who knows? You might be 100% correct on this one.
I may not. I mean, MJF, Jesus Christ, he digs into people's families and shit like that, and that's pretty.
Oh, we're going to get to that one.
We're getting to that. Lambert hasn't gone over the line, and I love what he's doing. I think it's fucking great, but I just don't know how long before people start actually getting offended by what he's doing. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
He's got to get his comeuppance at some point. Like he himself, not his team, but he himself has to take a bump at some point. Maybe not a huge one, but just somebody has to like knock him on his ass.
Which it's an American Top Team guy. I don't know, man. It's just it kind of reminds me. Have you guys ever seen the movie Grudge Match with Stallone and De Niro?
No. I've heard of it.
I think so, yeah.
Just kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I don't know why. The old guy out there trying to make another name for himself and fighting. I don't know why. It just reminds me of that. And there is one part in there where I believe they're talking to Dan Lambert and Chael Sonnen comes up to him. So just for some reason, he's reminding me of Chael Sonnen in the movie. I don't know why. You should check that part out. And the movie. It's actually a pretty funny movie.
There you go. I have his book. I've not gotten through it yet.
Huh. Good for you. Try an
Dan
audio.
Member?
No, Chael Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen. Try an audio book.
I love Chael Sonnen.
Try an audio book. They're better.
Well, the thing is that he's very funny. He's a funny and interesting guy, but he talks a lot about politics, and I don't necessarily agree with anything he has to say there. But I like the man. He just goes on this long screed about and I'm not even talking about modern politics. Like he's talking about fucking Thomas Jefferson and shit. It's like, why? I want to read your autobiography. I don't want to hear your opinions on the world.
Good point. Yeah, I haven't read it. I didn't even know he had one. So
yeah, I can send it to you if you want.
No, literally, if there's an audio book, I have 12 free things for audio Audible.
Cool.
12 through down. I'll check it out. I'll check that out. We had the Penelope Ford and the Bunny versus Tay Conti and Anna Jay. It was all right. Like I said, it was a good match to watch. Tay Conti missed a knee by a cannonball. Could have been shot through there, and she still wouldn't hit. I mean, it was just, she missed the knee, and poor Bunny had to sell it. It was not good. Not good. But again, not bad. I did like when TJ, as they're calling themselves, won, and Brody Lee Jr. ran out. Like I said, a smart kid. I like this kid.
Mm-hmm. And I will shout out to Christopher Kane, who is now referring to them as Team Brazzers, Bunny and Penelope Ford. I feel like it's a fitting moniker. At one point, it looked like, I don't know if this is actually what happened or not, but like Tay Conti fell off of the apron, and it looked like she was not supposed to, because she was all by herself. It looked like she tripped off the apron, and like as she like hit the ground, and then she like immediately started clutching at her knee. And this was before the first commercial break that they took, because after the commercial break she was back. But it looked like she like very seriously ate shit and then hurt herself. But I don't know what the extent of that is, and if it's even an injury or not. But it looked interesting. It was very strange.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Didn't catch that. But
Interesting.
But again, I got kids running around the goddamn house.
I may have been watching it intently for certain reasons.
I totally, I understand. I have to pretend I'm not.
I understand.
Speaking of children, we had MJF coming down with Wardlow, cutting a promo, basically saying he is ready to go for the AEW championship. And I think I agree. I don't think I'd mind seeing MJF. I think it was way too early before, but I don't think I'd mind seeing him in the hunt for the championship. So, did think it was weird he brought up Bruce Pritchard. And
Yes, indeed.
even funnier was CM Punk's line, everyone in the wrestling business has Bruce Pritchard on speed dial.
Oh, I bet WWE's great, happy that they got Bruce Pritchard got brought up.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh man, it was a good line though. I love what MJF does. Darby came
You
out.
think that was just a jab at WWE?
What was that?
Like, you think that was just a joke to WWE?
Oh yeah, they always bring up WWE. Of course it was.
Well, he even said that Tony Khan was in his top 2 favorite cons in the wrestling business. So like, he was just leaning hard into it.
You're right.
I love that one too.
Well, he was obviously talking about Khan from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Or Star Trek, excuse me.
Killer Khan. It wasn't he a wrestler?
Obviously. Was that Ricardo Montalban?
I fucking have no idea.
The guy from, Fantasy Island. I think it was. I think it might have been. I could be
Was
wrong.
it the show with the boy? I don't know what the appropriate term is to say about
yes, Tattoo.
Hervé Village Chaz or whatever his name is.
Yes, Tattoo. Let's just call him Tattoo.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I mean, that's his name is Hervé. I don't know how to pronounce his last name though.
You're right. You're correct. That was the right one. That was. There you go.
Oh yeah, there was a Killer Khan in WWF too. I'm seeing
there
pictures
was.
of it. I thought there was. It's about as offensive as you would think it is. He's managed by Mr. Fuji though, so shout out to him.
So Darby comes out.
Good call. Yes.
And MJF just calling him a number 2 guy. And then, like I said, he got a little deep.
Oh no, he got very offensive. I don't know if you're going to mention this part.
Oh, he got deep. MJF got pretty deep about an accident that happened to.
Well, even prior to that, he said that he liked his whole school shooter mime skateboarder thing that he's got going for him.
That was a good line. That was, but he went deeper, in my opinion. I don't know if this is a true story, but I assume it would be. I don't think they'd put out a story that you can't look up online. Basically saying that Darby was in an accident with his drunken uncle at one point, and his uncle died in the accident. Obviously, Darby wasn't driving. I figured it was. I don't think they would get into a story like that. That can't be looked up. I got to tell you, Darby didn't exactly go out there and cut this scathing, amazing promo, but I think he hung decent with MJF.
Yeah.
Not great.
For a young...
Yeah. And for a guy who's not really a promo guy, who most of his promos are so, void of emotion, that I think he did a lot better out there tonight.
Yeah, I
I
think he
did
did a
too.
pretty good job. That's sort of been the problem, though, of people that have feuded with MJF is like, it's a weird thing to complain about, but he's so good at promos that like he kind of exposes the deficiencies in other people that he's feuding with. Because like I feel bad for the guy, but like he basically fucking buried Brian Pillman Jr. Like it was like the whole. It reminded me of like the Billy Gunn versus the Rock feud, where the Rock just completely fucking talked him under the ring.
It's like Triple H going against, well, anybody. Yeah, he did. And MJF just, I guess this is going to be his new thing where he'll just take it as dark as he can go with it. So, but you know what? MJF does not mind being that dick that people will talk about the next day, even if they're talking shit about him. He doesn't give a shit.
Right.
He just doesn't care. So, I don't know, man. I think it's pretty good. I think it's great. I think it's refreshing to have a heel who doesn't mind going where not many heels are willing to go anymore. They all want to be that cool heel that, can still get a little cheer from the crowd with a little one-liner.
Not only that, but I also think that there are people who are kind of afraid of like backlash.
That
Of
too.
just like people getting offended, the whole like I said in the Max Caster situation. Of like if you say anything too offensive or too edgy, people are going to try to, rant and rave and complain about you on Twitter and try to get you canceled and fired and all this, that, and the third. But he is fearless in that regard.
Well, they tried it when he gave the finger to that little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, fuck you. That's not going to work. Not with him. No, because I think he thrives on it. I think he wants the backlash.
Yep.
So when someone's purposely trying to get the backlash, you're not going to give it to him, which he's not getting very much right now. People, I saw a lot of people, we're way over the line. But no one called for him to be canceled. Jesus Christ, people are calling for fucking Cena to be canceled after something he said on the Chris Canyon Dark Side of the Ring episode. He just gave an opinion, people.
Oh, yeah.
He just gave an opinion. That's it.
You can't give an opinion anymore in this society.
Yeah, well, this was
I'm not going to get into more detail about that, but
No.
I can go in a rant forever on that.
I have, but I won't tonight. Let's just get...
you and me can go in a rant next time, some other day.
Yeah, we'll find a documentary we can talk about one night.
Exactly.
By the by, that Canyon episode of Dark Side of the Ring wasn't as corrosive as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to cause a really big backlash, and it really kind of did.
No, it really did. Like I said, the only person they tried to cancel was John fucking Cena for saying that he wasn't that good. That's why he didn't come back. That's why he didn't.
I thought for sure Brian Cage was going to be in trouble because he was being straight up honest.
Yeah.
Because he said that when he found out that Canyon was gay, he was kind of like, oh, come on. And he was like, why do I care? So I was like, oh, like, I appreciate you actually being honest and not trying to paint yourself as being like, oh, it was great. I was proud of him and happy for him and all this shit. But I was like, ooh, you are on thin ice, pal. You are just, people are going to be mad. But surprisingly enough, everybody appreciated his honesty. So,
yeah, well, he's a big guy too. No one's going to fuck with him.
Sure.
So, final match on the show, Sammy Guevara versus Miro. They obviously did the TNT title because they were calling Brody one of the, greatest TNT title holders. So that's why they did this match last. I got to tell you, this was a really, really good match, and they made you.
It was.
I thought Miro was going to go out there and squash him. Not only was I wrong, but Sammy went out there and had a great, great match, which isn't surprising, and fucking won. We have a new fucking TNT champion.
I think it was time. I think we needed a babyface champion. We had two heel champions, and you have Brick Baker who's a heel.
Uh-huh.
So you needed some balance.
Well, I can see that. I can see where that's something. I'm not quite sure unless Miro has something else going on why they're doing this, but I think it was a great match to have Sammy win this match, especially with the momentum he had going into it. Were both of his ears bloody?
It looked like it, didn't it?
It did. One of them looked like maybe it was just really, really, really red, but the other one looked like it was bleeding. And I'm like, are both his ears fucking bleeding? Not from the inside, not nothing to worry about, but from the top, like, just looked weird, like he had pulled out of a fucking headlock or something, like a MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Now, do you know that who he's facing next week? Did you guys hear about? And I don't know if you guys were on the air.
I probably who is it?
They did an interview during the show after the first commercial break, and he challenged Bobby Fish. The forbidden door is open again, as Tony Schiavone said.
Really?
He signed a deal with MOW and I think Impact. I'm not sure. I know he's with MOW.
Are you talking Guevara or are you talking Mira?
Bobby Fish.
But who issued the challenge is what I'm saying.
Sammy, because he said Bobby Fish said something on Twitter and then he challenged him.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Roderick Strong's dad's coming in?
That's it.
Or is it Kyle O'Reilly's dad? I'm not sure which one. It's the same thing.
Him and O'Reilly teamed together, so I guess that'd be more apropos.
It's the same thing, really. They're kind of the same guys. All three of
Yeah,
them.
I didn't know MOW had a relationship with AEW, unless Bobby Fish signed with Impact too.
Well, they did sort of mention that that's what led into MJF's comment about having Bruce Pritchard on speed dial was because of his MLW connection.
MLW.
Yeah, he mentioned them by name, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because MJF came from MLW. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Some of them did. Yeah, MJF and somebody else, I think. Didn't Brian Pillman come from MLW?
Yes.
Yeah, they had quite a few people that are now on the AEW roster that were there. Pentagon and Phoenix and so on and so forth. I think maybe Cage was on there too a little bit, but I don't remember.
I think he might. I think you're right. I think he was on that roster at that point.
Yeah, they had a lot of...
Sorry.
Go ahead. I was done.
I think MJF was working both shows at the beginning of AEW too.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. Well, I got nothing else, goddammit.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's about it for me too.
Eric?
Yeah, I don't have anything. Next week's show is in Philly. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
You going?
No, I wish.
All right. Well, let's knock this bad boy out, which means I got to pull up a different screen here, and I have to get Mixler back up. There's Mixler right there. We play a little Take Yo Drunken Ass Home. There we go.
Come back next week. Oh.
Yeah. No worries, man. All right, here we go. High marks. Cheese Man, Mojo, G Wiz. You know where to find them. If you don't, I'm going to tell you right now. Mixler.com/Metal Mitt Network. That's right, 2 T's and Mitt. Mixer.com/Metal Mitt Network. Check them out, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday nights. And you also want to be checking out Bobby Anthem, Bobby Blades. They are the Inhumans on the Inhuman Experience. Find them on all the usual podcast platforms. And, of course, you've got Stephen Milan over there, letterboxd.com/Stephen Milan. Go check him out over there reviewing movies. Put 2 L's in the last name. Eric, knock out your plugs.
Listen to us on Friday nights at 6:30 p.m. This Friday we'll be talking about AEW Company Retrospective number 2. Last week we did WCW 1996 to 98. Check that out. This week AEW. And then next week will be October 9th edition, 2000 edition of Monday Night Raw Retrospective, where we find out who hit Stone Cold from the Survivor Series 99. That should be a good episode. And then 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing AEW versus basically AEW and WCW 1996-98 comparison.
Wow.
So that should be interesting, comparing the two, pros and cons and all that. And then 3 weeks is the top 20 greatest superstars of all time. Wrestlers of all time.
You guys plan shit out.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
Saturdays is our Unlimited show, and then Sundays is our Scaredy Cat show, and then Tuesday or Wednesday is NFL Hard Hits with me and Clintus.
Damn, y'all some busy son bitches. All right. There you go. Check out all those shows that Eric just mentioned. And Smark, go for it.
Sure. I actually just now saw on Twitter there's a picture of Mark Henry and Leo Rush together embracing each other. Mark Henry's hugging him. He's got his arm around him. He's smiling. Leo Rush is like looking like he's somewhat content. That's interesting. Anyways, Mondays, 8:30 p.m. on the Middle Mid Podcast Network. It is Cheese on Sports with Cheese Man, Mojo, G-Wiz, Luke Birch, and myself. Be sure to check that out every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Sundays, 10:30 a.m. on the Middle Mid Podcast Network on the Mixler Machine. It is the Mo Dirk City Machine Guns with Mojo and with Dirk. And last, but never, at least, be sure to check out our friends at Planet Raconteur. It's the Planet Raconteur podcast. Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave, Sincere, Yuck Nasty. October is coming. Now is the perfect time to catch up on spooky stories, sci-fi stories. They got everything that you would need. Be sure to subscribe for season 2, and season 1 is available as well.
There you go. All right. So that is it for us. We will be, I will be back here on Friday night. Scene Stealers. Trust me, it's going to be fun. Enjoy it. See you.
Adios.
Bye, guys. Thank you for having me on again.
Not a problem.
Time to take your drunken ass home. It's all right.